we're sort of kind of running short on time here, Eric, and I don't want to keep you too much longer. But any questions or anything that you wanted to cover that we haven't quite covered before we wrap it up?
I think we've covered the gamut. Again, I just really would emphasize, and I try to emphasize this whenever I talk with investors, is that the real challenge is our own behavior, right? And it's not just with investing, it's with with our health, it's with so many things. We know the right thing to do. The challenge is in the doing, right? And in the moment, in the passion, we panic or we get greedy. And so likewise, to the extent that we can put in place sort of the guardrails to mitigate against our own worst enemy, ourselves, I think that's really helpful. So putting in place, things like a disciplined rebalancing plan, I think is really helpful to extract the emotions. Putting in place kind of, I think 401ks are incredible. Any sort of disciplined contribution plan where you put money in, come, good times or bad, because otherwise we're going to wait until we think that things are good, and then invariably we put it at the top. And so, anything that we can do to put in place these disciplines, having an advisor is critical. It helps us to kind of bring some objectivity to our discussions. Sort of like having a personal trainer. The personal trainer is going to hold us accountable, right? And to our exercise regime, to our eating regime. So that's going to be really, really helpful. I do think reflecting our values can be really helpful to kind of disassociate from our emotions. If we're investing for a purpose, and these days we might call it ESG or socially responsible investing or values-based investing, I think that kind of lifts us to a higher purpose and therefore can help to mitigate maybe the emotions of panic or euphoria that might overcome us when it comes to investing. I think all these sort of things help us to overcome our humanness.